What's up, YouTube? Chilling out like a rockstar villain. Just a friend knocking at my door. No big dealio, freelio on that. Anyways, till y'all make a drink combo and go off on this rant about people who get offended by cussing. In certain situations, yeah, cussing could be extremely offensive. Is it needed all the time? No. But in certain situations, you should be allowed to cuss. Just be like, fuck this shit, and then that's the end of it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm watching the new Dame Drops food review, the worst reviewed hot dog restaurant in his state, season 2, dropped today on the 27th of August, 2021. And the restaurant got 1 star. The hot dog restaurant in question got 1 star from this review. Dame Drops gave it 3. There you go. But here's what the review said. The food is pricey and okay at best, but the real treat is the fluent use of foul language. F-bombs being dropped like food all over the floor. It's incredible how grown folks can't zip their uneducated pie holes. Oh, brother. You work where you work for obvious reasons. No need to highlight why. Everyone thinks just because they got a fucking Yelp, they can be a critic. And it's like, no, everyone's a critic for being a critic. It's just so frustrating. What killed me about this comment, folks, is how they said how grown folks can't zip their uneducated pie holes. Oh, what are you, some kind of Harvard graduate, you fucking snobby prick? No, it kills me. These people who get that offended by cussing. Now, that review was posted on April 24th of 2020. But still, there's just certain times you shouldn't cuss. I get it. If you're in a restaurant or you're at your job and you're working in a kitchen, I get it. Like, if you're in a situation where you're visible or around the public, if you're on stage rocking out like Ozzy or some shit, and you're like, what the fuck is up? Yeah, that's different. But if you have a professional job that involves you working with the public, like in a restaurant type situation, most folks are going to frown upon that. When people get offended by cussing, I'm like, have you seen the state of the world we live in? And some people just have this crass attitude that if you cuss like a trucker, you're probably uneducated. It's just this blue-collar stereotype, and it's bullshit. There are some folks out there that just because you got a college degree, you think you're better than everyone else. And even the person saying this crap about how like folks can't zip their uneducated pie holes. If cussing bothers you that bad, get some headphones, man. Because cussing is a part of our human speech. And I'd rather people cuss than use violence, to be honest. Something that Marilyn Manson said about cussing was it teaches us to use our words instead of our fists. And I full-heartedly agree. And regrettably, we all have those days. Anybody has those days. My sister grew up watching that show, Kiss My Ass. Yeah, Miley Cyrus is fucking hot. So true. Beside the point. Speaking of Miley Cyrus, I came in like a wrecking ball. Yeah. You know, Billy Ray Cyrus did the opening theme song for Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. Yes. With the original Hex Girls and Ben Ravencroft. Classic. Shoot. But I get it, if you let's say you got a job at McDonald's, right? And you burn your hand by accident. Some folks are gonna let off motherfucker, that hurts. But even then, you gotta keep it professional. If you're working for a corporation and we're trying to run a restaurant like that, you know what I'm saying? That's just a bunch of Big Mac sauce. That hurt like a son of a baconator. And it's tough because when you're angry, people are prone to violence and cussing. It's just human nature. Better that people be just dropping them F-bombs, because sometimes that just feels good. You know what I'm saying? No, you with me on this, YouTube? I'm not saying you go around cussing like the worst sailor ever, but shit. Lord Lucifer knows I got a potty mouth. I've been known to drop the C word on my channel a couple of times, and that might offend the ladies, but that's not my intention. And I'm not here to be offended by people who get offended by cussing. To be honest, it just makes me laugh that people are offended by cussing. They're just words coming out of your mouth. Motherfucking fart sniffing shit liquor. Well, I never. What? Never had an orgasm? The nerve of some people. Yeah, I got nerve. What of it? No, I took the porn shots that were sent to me in the mail, that liquor, and mixed it with Bud Light Platinum, and I fuck with it. That's actually not bad. Call that a platinum porn star. Yes. Such salty language. People are like, watch your French. I'm like, but the only language I know is English. I know a couple of French words. Sacreville. Oui, oui, mademoiselle. L'amour. Yeah, it's about, yes.
It's pricey and okay at best, but the real treat is the fluent use of foul language.
Foul language? Oh, I know. Is that what you call a bird who cusses? Do you call that foul language? What's a dinosaur that raps? A velociraptor. Pricka, 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 busted joke. What's the deal with overpriced gas? Have you seen this shit? Fucking A, you give me a car where I can shit and fart in the gas tank. The all new Ford Fecal. I go to Taco Bell and fill up my gas tank for like $6. Fuck shitty gas mileage. This thing will give you 80 miles to the poop. It even comes with the option to make your car horn sound like a fart, just like a goddamn Tesla. A Chevy Shitter, the Toyota Turd, the Dodge Duty, the Ford Fecal, the Chevy Shitter. GMC, giant machine that eats crap. Dude, if I ever get a fucking Tesla, I swear to Lucifer, the fart is going to be my car horn. So when I see shitty driving, I can just be like... Actually, you know, it'd be a really dick move if your car horn sounded like gunshots. They drive out of the way real quickly. Yes. How come no one's ever thought of the Ford Fecal? Want to cut down on emissions for the planet? Let's make a car that runs on poop. You're tired of complaining about shitty gas mileages. So here's a car where you can just shit in the gas tank. And they have this filter that makes your shit exhaust smell like roses. But this is the porn star shots. It's blue and pink. You can choose to keep the shot glass if you want to or throw it away. Doesn't matter. I actually keep a good majority of these. Speaking of some shit, what if they made a porno with a liquor store? Oh, instead of spelling it liquor with the Q, it was L-I-C-K-H-E-R. The dialogue in that could be so fucking cheesy. Fucking porn star shot. Some Bud Light Platinum. We're gonna platinum porn star. Holy crap, a drink combination that didn't have the word Cobra in it. I'm fucking shocked. How would the dialogue go with that goddamn? We call the liquor store cans. I'm gonna call the liquor store that does the porno cans. Hey, welcome to Cans and Kegs. We got cans and kegs and beer and stuff. You hear a chick behind the counter go, man, I could really go for a stiff one right now. And then the dude that's working with her says, I'll give you a stiff one. The next couple to fuck on camera is just like, man, I could really tie one down right now. I'd let you tie me down. You see like a really hot lesbian scene with two hot lesbians squirting champagne all over each other. It's just like, good Lord. You guys like some cheesy ass fucking narrator going, it all began in the inner city of Sexy Town, US of A. In the inner city where the hoppinest, coolest bar / liquor store around town. Welcome to Cans and Kegs. We got cans and kegs. Yeah, that'd be like the cheesiest porno ever. Like, I got a package to deliver of hard liquor. Oh yeah, I could go for a stiff drink. How do you pick up on an Irish chick at the bar? Excuse me, missus. You want something stiff for your whiskey? Yes. Gotta put some Baileys in your whiskey. So option. So Bailey's Irish Cream and Jack Daniels called it Jack Me Off. You might be from Wyoming if you need a tetanus shot to drive your rusted out pickup truck. You might be from Wyoming if you have more guns than ex-girlfriends. If your truck has more lift than Pamela Anderson's boobs, you might be from Wyoming. You know, when I win the lottery, I'm going to make this thing called tailgate tits. It'll be like the testicles, but it'll be boobs in different colors with nipples and everything. So if you want to hang some titties off your truck, you can. Yeah. It's my multi-million. One of my many multi-million-dollar ideas. Called truck. You got truck nuts. Now I got truck titties. Tailgate titties. Tailgate titties. You having a tailgate party? You crack open a beer, and you're like, "Is that the new Ford F-150?" Yes, sir. I got it painted black as night. Oh, that is sexy. What's that? Oh my god, dude, that is sick. Did you get a nice pair of titties on your tailgate? Sure did. Dude, you got some of the King Cobra JFS truck titties. That is sick. Yeah. My wife thinks it's sexy because I'm not afraid to show my feminine side with my pickup truck. And all my dude friends think it's cool because titties and beer. Yeah, welcome to Cans and Kegs. We got cans and kegs. We got your hangover potions. And I want to win the lottery. I want to start my own condom company called Captain Hindsight Condoms. And the slogan is, should have put one on, dumbass. And the commercial would go like this. You see a dude on the phone with his ex-wife, and they're both bitching at each other about who has custody of the vaginal turd. And the dude's forced to spend the day with his kid, but he's also going to go grocery shopping. The kid wants a candy bar. He says no, that'll spoil your dinner. He puts the candy bar back, and the kid just throws a humongous flipping fit about it, looking like the chick from The Exorcist. Just, I want it. I want it. Head spinning in complete circles, flailing his arms in the air like, ah! And you look like you want to put a gun in your mouth, so instead you put a shot of Jack in there because fuck suicide. And everyone's just staring at him like, is that your kid? Are you going to do something about it? But you're the asshole for telling them to quit staring. Hashtag single life. Yes. There comes a point in your time where you stop soaking in your own fucking feel sorry for me pity party because you're single and you haven't been laid. Oh, where? You focus on about the 80 to 95% of dudes who have been loyally fucked by the court system, by the very same women who bitch about the pay gap being sexist. It fucking kills me. It's like, okay, if women can get equal pay for the same job, can men stop getting fucked in the court system with child support payments? That's why they're not doing anything about the minimum wage gap, honey. It's because you're going to get all our money anyways. Which, in all fairness, fellas, she's the one that has to push it out. So get the fucking delivery done. All us men have to do is lay on her back and come inside of her while she does the rest. And then for the next 18 years of your miserable fucking life, you have a vaginal turd to raise into another fine piece of shit of an adult. Congratulations. You're sitting there in student loan debt from taking too many college courses when you're younger, stuck at a dead-end job to pay for those student loans, with a crappy-ass car that you loaned, with a loan for that. If you can't afford the loan, do not get it. This is solid financial advice. Could you imagine being that one dickhead that's just like, I really want a new pickup truck? 2 months before the coronavirus pandemic hits the entire fucking goddamn planet, I'm going to take out a loan for a new Ford F-150. He gets the fucking loan. He gets the truck. Loan's like $800 a month because he had to have all the fucking options. Like, yeah, I got to show my man card. Like fucking 2 months later. Oh, god damn it. Platinum porn star. How about that? Bud Light Platinum and a porn star shot. Look at that. Cobra made a naughty sounding drink. Oh, behave. Yeah, baby. Oh, I'm dead sexy. I'm like Fat Bastard when I see alcohol. Get in my belly.
Silicon Valley is breaking laws left, right, and center. They're paying off Congress to
What? Starbucks might quit the internet, and it's all your fault. Ride and Roast with Terrence Pop and Toxic Male. Two Richards in a tiny car. There are people who hate my Terrence Pop video responses, to which I say, I don't give a fuck. There's the back button. This is your final warning. The fact that people are so concerned about like what people think of you on the internet. You ever see guys who are just like way too concerned about what other guys think of him? I'm not a fag, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's the same thing with chicks. They're going, I'm not a total slut cunt bitch, okay? I'm just, oh my God, you guys are so judgmental. That's so true for both genders, man. It fucking kills me. Oh, you don't understand women. Sure you do. You're just not thinking on the Cobra level of things, man. You start focusing on what makes women and men similar instead of using gender and double standards and hypocrisy to separate us. All of a sudden, and you eliminate sexism and start becoming with the realism, the realistic side of things. Now, and all jokes aside, the man's job ain't done once he's dumped a load of baby gravy into that minge and fertilized her egg. And their egg goes into the tummy, and then the egg and the sperm mix, and then a baby alien-looking fetus thing just forms. And eventually she's got to push it out. And then just 9 months later, looking like something out of a goddamn alien horror movie, the tentacle, which they call the umbilical cord, there you go, the miracle of life. Your days of filling up your fridge with beer and leftover pizza are now replaced with baby formula and baby food. And you don't want to eat your vegetables, and you don't have to because you're a grown-ass goddamn adult. And your kid doesn't want to eat the vegetables because they're a goddamn bratty-ass kid. So your wife just gives you that look like, how badly do you want your dick sucked? It's just that look that married couples give each other, like, you will teach our kid to eat healthy, goddammit, and perform your parental responsibilities. I drank lots of V8 when I was a kid. But I did eat my vegetables as a kid. I grew to like them. At least offer like a dipping sauce to like ease the taste. Like broccoli and melted cheese is delicious. You get like broccoli and some cheese and dipped it. Yes. You're like, it's V8 juice. And they ask, what is it? Like, it's the blood of your enemies. Drink it and it'll make you powerful. All jokes aside, though, it's that look she's just giving you like, so you gotta swallow your pride to set an example, and that's that's the shitty part about parenting is you gotta swallow your goddamn pride to set an example. And then you have that realistic moment of shit. I was in his shoes when I was his age doing the exact same crap to my parents. Yes. So about May 29th, about a month ago, Starbucks threw a fit because people are, what even is this article? I was going through the Terrence Pott videos like, oh wait, some internet related bullshit. Fuck, all right, I'll respond to it. Drink the newest drink combo, the platinum porn stars. The only reason OnlyFans fucking decided to cancel their original plan is because they started thinking like, yeah, we'd lose too much fucking money. I mean, we could update our age verification system so it's more legit. Get rid of and delete all the fucking underage accounts. And then keep the adult stuff for the adults. And shoot. You find out about 13-year-old girls doing OnlyFans, and it's disturbing, but not uncommon. My sister, when she was 13, got a Facebook, and Facebook at the time it said, and I quote, "You had to be older for that." And she lied about her age verification because all of her friends had a Facebook, and because her older brother had a Facebook. Of course, now she had to have one too. Of course, now my sister's old enough to have a Facebook, so but Facebook's it's pretty tame compared to OnlyFans. Been there, done that, burnt the t-shirt. If you're in high school or junior high and you're getting rejected by the opposite sex and it breaks your widow heart, suck it up, buttercup, because when you're an adult, it just gets worse. Dating will continue to freaking suck until the day you die. There's nothing you can do about it. It is the cold, bitter truth. But dating, much like life, it doesn't have to all be, you gotta make the best of a shitty situation. At the same time, you know what I'm saying? Don't settle for less and don't be too picky. Scratch that, you're allowed to be as picky as you want. I said, you know what? That's the truth. Women and men should be allowed to be as picky as they want without being judged by either side. That's fucking bloody fair. No, it kills me because if you reject a woman for being too fat, you're body shaming. But if she rejects you because you don't have a six-pack abs, well, then I guess your ass ain't getting no pussy. You better get to the gym and start working out, you fat fuck. Sorry, excuse of a male. Women naturally, like men, hate competition. So, of course, because heavier set people need to be accepted just like everybody else, and because women naturally hate other women to compete with, they will encourage the whole body positive movement because, yeah. I'm being serious. Like, food and beer is delicious. You think I'm gonna maintain a six-pack abs when I love beer and bacon cheeseburgers too much? Kiss my ass. So we're gonna need to do another drink combo. Finish the same as last time. But we're adding the addition of the True Blue Full Throttle, which tastes like blue Full Throttle. Full Throttle was the first energy drink I ever had. My dad was doing photography at a hot rod show with all these sick classic cars in this tiny ass burger restaurant. And then we stopped to grab lunch at the tiny burger restaurant, and Full Throttle original. Never had energy drink. My dad was looking at it, making sure it didn't have alcohol in it. He's just like, oh, it's okay. It's alcohol free. Okay, yeah, okay, sure. Yeah. Ever since then, I've been a fan of energy drinks. It's just the nostalgia of it. be honest. No fucking hell, my 80% British is coming out when I drink sometimes, yes. Eh. Get the porn star shots. These are actually tasty by themselves. Throw a splash of that Full Throttle in there. Will it taste any different with the Full Throttle? We'll see. In defense of that rant I did before this, like I said, yeah, the time and the place, I guess. But it's stupid if you ask me. We're going to censor ourselves because people are offended by cussing, or it's just not considered politically correct or appropriate to do around certain ears. Or they're going to grow up and cuss too. It's just, you know what I'm saying? Within reason, that's as far as I go with that argument. That being said, I would let my kid cuss if it was appropriate. And as long as he didn't cuss at me specifically, I wouldn't care. Teaching your kids to use your words instead of throwing a fit because you didn't get your way. Newsflash, you got a long ways to go on that. When you're a kid, you don't realize. When you're an adult, you just look back at it and go, shit. That was just training. The real life begins when you're like 25, 30 years old and you start realizing shit. Yes. Dude, adding that Full Throttle to it made it tastier. Fucking goddamn it. Yeah, True Blue. It tastes like Blue Demon Full Throttle. You know what I'm saying?
Ignore that. And Congress relies on them to violate your First and Fourth Amendment rights. You see how this works? It's a never-ending circle jerk. And you are the chick down on her knees with your mouth open and eyes closed.
That's horrible.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, so drink with me because Starbucks might quit the internet and it's all our faults. First of all, Starbucks, we don't care as long as you continue making your delicious overpriced crack in a cup. Second of all, if caffeine's a drug, then Starbucks is a drug dealer. Oh, what does that make bartenders? You're walking up to the register like, hey man, hey, you got that mocha vanilla latte with the 8 espresso shots? It's been one of those days, man. I need my fix, man. I'm sick. I need my fix. Nah, god damn it.
See you there. I'm reading this book, and it quite possibly is the best book ever written because I'm in it. Whee! If you want to know the rate of return,
I saw 3 more of them potion charm pint glasses were ordered. Thank you. I will be drinking out of it, but it needs to be washed. Yeah.
dating whamming, you need to buy the book of numbers. There's the link in the description.
The return policy for dating women is oddly similar to the same as men, if you really think about it. Because dating someone else who's already had several shitty dating partners is like going to a used car dealership and going, I want the most broken and beat up piece of shit car you can find. The one that doesn't trust anybody, that has all the problems, and I want to work on it. Sir, can I direct you over to Desperate and Singles lot number 4? Here we have okay. And that being said, it's more of a reference to relationships, because relationships are like used cars. When you handle or inherit or engage or choose to deal with or interact with said want, people who have been through shitty relationships, you're automatically gonna encounter a lot of bullshit. Because much like cars, people are not gonna work for you if you treated them like shit. Do you think that car is gonna want to work if the last person that drove in it just treated it rough as shit? And in which case, love would be a sleazy car salesman that's just looking at you like, yes, you want the car with all the problems, don't you? Yes. Because you think you can fix that and you love them. And what happens when the problems just, they don't go away? Your friends are going to be saying the same thing about your car. Why do you still have that piece of shit car? All it does is give you problems. Why the fuck are you still with that dating partner? All they do is give you problems. Sometimes being single and just wait and see what comes your way works. I've discovered recently that I got a wicked sense of humor. One of my buddies was hanging out with me at the bar earlier when I was having a drink. Just for the sake of conversation, I started pulling my stand-up routine. Dude, I had chicks all over just laughing their asses off like, oh, that King Cobra, he's a funny motherfucker. Motherfucker, maybe the motherfucker is not mine. How gullible do you have to be, though, to be like, you know, if Chris Chan was really like, how should I say this, groomed into molesting his 80-year-old mother with Alzheimer's, and then groomed into becoming a transgender because the person hates trans and they hate Chris Chan. Anybody who sees someone who's got severe special needs and says, oh, hey, you know, but if it's all bullshit and he's a sick fuck who needs help, then fuck him. See, I got answers for both sides on this argument, at least. I got some sick merch in the King Cobra's Fang t-shirts. Yes. Anyways.
You know, down there in the Kennis area. Me, Kaiser!
What's going on, you soy guzzling fairy dusters? Blake, this is Pop. Up! And welcome to
Blake and Pop. Starbucks may quit the internet and it's all your fault. Who the fuck cares if Starbucks quits the fucking internet? Your job is not the internet. Your job is to make overpriced, highly caffeinated, loaded with sugar and carbs, caffeinated coffee beverage. Caffeinated coffee beverages that are overpriced, loaded in calories and sugar, and a shit ton of caffeine. Your job is to give Starbucks hipster junkies who suck on vape pens and loudly brag about the next screenplay they're going to write, but it never gets done because they're too busy working that minimalist job, trying to grow up that man bun. Because everything's a shell of a lie, man. I'm busting balls, but no, seriously. Starbucks makes good coffee, I'll give them that, but they are expensive, dude. Jesus Christ. And booze is expensive, too. So, I mean, like, I'm one to talk. Like, everyone's got their fucking addictions. You want to give me shit about fucking drinking booze, I bet you're sitting there slamming something like Starbucks.
Do a ride and roast with 2 Richards in a tiny car.
Shut up, man.
Well,
This is my juke.
This is the juke.
I know I'm getting 2 homo suspicion points for it.
Minimum.
But, you know, that pickup truck, it's like 9 miles a gallon.
Oh, and the heat is always on.
Yeah, Bill Barr said it best. Guys are so worried about other guys thinking that they're a fag that they repress every natural urge in their body. You can't call a puppy cute, order some colorful, fruity rum drink from the bar, because people might call you a fag. Like, oh my God, you see this crap? The dude bought a fucking rum drink with like 20 different flavored rums, and they're all fruity as shit. And like, look at this drink. It's the whole goddamn rainbow. What a fag. Oh my God. You said a puppy was cute. Oh my God. And every guy just sits there and represses that crap and goes, you know what? Puppies are cute. And that rum drink looked delicious. Fuck what anybody else thinks. It's alcohol. It's festive. No, but just going to repress it. Yeah. You think women don't go through this crap? Shh. There are women who act the same goddamn way. Like, oh my God. Noticed you're wearing a lot of flannel shirts. What's that all about? Do you play softball too? Okay, Cobra, watch it. Shit. And it's like, dude, who cares if they are? As long as the people they do it with are old enough for them and it's consensual, who the fuck cares? Like, you want to judge somebody because they want to fuck another dude up the ass, or you want to judge somebody because that chick wants to rub minge with another chick's minge and suck on her titties. Sounds like you're a judgmental prick. You're sitting there jacking off to that shit behind closed doors. Most dudes who are homophobic will watch lesbian porn like, oh yeah, 2 chicks. Oh my God, yes. And then fucking turn around and be like, yo, sinful. It's the fucking truth. You know, these fucking church-going creeps are jacking off to like some really hot, kinky lesbian porn. You know what I'm saying? And then going on to church on Sundays and bashing homos for their sinful ways. And I'm just laughing my ass off because I'm like, you're such a fucking chode hypocrite, dude. Holy shit. I get you don't want to see 2 dudes do that shit, but Jesus Christ is a cunt. You can't sit there and be like, you support lesbian rights, but then you're like, nah, fuck the other side of it. You gotta support it all, otherwise you're still a homophobe, and that's the bitch of it. Like, I don't give a shit if a dude's gay, just, respect boundaries, you know what I'm saying? That's fair. It's the same for any chick who, like, let's say I was hitting on a chick, like, hey, baby, how you doing? And if I didn't respect her boundaries, she'd call me a fucking creep and tell me to get fucking lost. That's kind of the stereotype for us guys. Oh boy, Cobra, you're pushing boundaries tonight. Yeah, but when you got some dude who's hitting on a straight guy and the dude's not having any of it, he gets called a bigot and a homophobe because, oh, what? You don't want that dude suck your... And I'm like, dude, seriously? The fucking genders were reversed and one of them just happened to be a real of-age chick getting offended by some creepy asshole dude hitting on her. Nobody would fucking say shit. Okay.
And the heat is always on.
So for when we're going into
Point
spring
being,
and summer, and we're actually gonna...
person says they're not into it, be like, that's their loss, move on. One of the things that helps me deal with rejection is just knowing there are other people going through dry spells out there. You're not the only one. There are other people out there getting rejected, getting their heart stomped on like cigarette butts. That's just what it is.
Going to start to get some hot temperatures, you're going to be seeing a lot more of the juke. But speaking of people who are not just better than you, but a lot better than you, Starbucks.
Yeah.
Because the bitch about it is using an air conditioner burns gas. So cars that are better on gas are going to give you better gas mileage and longer air conditioned time.
Remember them? Those socialist soy serving sucking dick motherfuckers?
That's funny. That's fucking funny. Talk all the shit you want. Starbucks is... They do make some tasty beverages. I've had them in the past. Not a sponsor. I'm going to make a grocery store food hack involving a party sub. It's going to be my next cooking video.
Oh, I hate Starbucks. I hated Starbucks before they started all this crap because their coffee doesn't taste like coffee. It's basically a breakfast milkshake.
I used to go once in a while, get a mocha and like a...
Right. Every once in a while, you're like, oh, yeah. Any, more sugar and caffeine to start my day. Oh, look, fall season's coming around with the pumpkin spice lattes, god damn it. Everyone's inner white girl comes out. They're just like, oh my god, Starbucks is releasing their pumpkin spice lattes. Starbucks might quit the internet and it's all your fault. Like, how is that supposed to make anyone feel fucking guilty? You're a fast food chain worth billions of dollars. You know how many fucking caffeine addicted junkies buy this crap and you want to fucking throw a fit because people are being mean to Starbucks? When you got people who are fucking sitting there going, god damn it, having a fucking withdrawal fit because they can't afford your product. Fucking ridiculous. Caffeine withdrawals are a real thing. And if you're one of those people that has at least 1 to 2 cups of Starbucks a day, or caffeine or what have you, you're going to experience withdrawals.
One of their items from the bakery thing there.
Oh, are they halfway decent? Or
No, I mean, they're okay.
you know what I miss around here is Caribou coffee. That was coffee that tasted like coffee. It wasn't as expensive as Starbucks.
You want to beat the prices of Starbucks? Get a fucking percolator. I have a percolator from the fucking 1970s that still works as good as the day it was purchased. It's been well maintained and well taken care of. And I use this shit to make coffee. This shit fucking makes the best goddamn coffee you'll ever taste. You can literally go to Walmart and get some Folgers Black Silk and some Death Wish coffee. You get the 2 different flavors. You take it home with you, and you mix the 2 into your percolator's filter thingamabob. And when you percolate it and make coffee, you got this strong, wicked, sick blend of coffee that tastes fucking good. Because whenever I make coffee, that's how I do it. Folgers Black Silk and Death Wish coffee. A mixture of the 2. A little bit of that Black Silk for flavor, but the majority of it's Death Wish coffee. And about 2 or 3 cups of that, you're just like, psh, let's get shit done. If you're sensitive to caffeine, I would not recommend Death Wish coffee. Most people just do like maybe a couple spoonfuls, like tiny spoonfuls of the Death Wish into their regular coffee, just to spike the caffeine a little bit, you know. But Starbucks is throwing a fit because they might quit the internet. Maybe it's legit. I don't want to just crap on Starbucks because they're a corporation, man. He said while filming on his Apple computer. Okay.
The people in there tended to be nicer, and better yet, they kept their fucking nose out of everybody's political business.
They just want to serve coffee. Nothing wrong with it.
So you're telling me that Starbucks decided to get political with it. This is just like cussing. Like, not everyone's going to agree with your politics, and if you got a potty mouth on top of it, people are going to get offended. So you keep your filthy language and your politics to yourself. At the end of the day, you're off the clock. You're not making the money for someone else's dime. If it's your own company, do what the fuck you want with it. Don't suspect or don't expect people to support you if that's the kind of thing you do.
What?
Nothing wrong with that at all, because that's what we pay you for.
Exactly.
But now, Starbucks is considering quitting Facebook because of hateful responses to its woke posts on social.
What? Starbucks is considering quitting Facebook because of hateful responses to its woke posts on social issues. Worst story ever. That was like the worst impression ever of the comic book guy from The Simpsons. Almost sounds like Smithers, release the hounds. Run away, sir. Excellent. Blessed. Starbucks is at it again. Smithers, what the hell is social media? That's where people congregate and talk about issues, sir. Excellent. How does one work the Facebook? But now this is ridiculous. YouTube, this polish off that beer with some of this fucking goddamn full throttle. Oh, so you're getting hateful comments because you respond to social issues with what you call woke posts. Even to you, they sound woke, but to like the rest of the world, you sound like a fucking retard who's just trying to create the next trendy hashtag. Hashtag fuck this fake woke bullshit. Hashtag fuck woke tards. Yes. Everyone's all obsessed with pronouns and going woke, and I'm just over here like... Or you could have thoughts and opinions for yourself without it having to be like the next big social media thing, you know? You can have an opinion without it being obsessively linked to your social media account because this is how it is. No, it fucking kills me. I'll do this so I can have another beer. Instead of being about fixing real issues, nope, it's all about being woke and having the right pronouns and not offending anyone. That's exactly what our society has fucking become. And a lot of it stems from the hatred that certain individuals have received, i.e. trans, LGBTQ+, etc. But see what happens when trans and gays and LGBTQ+ get all this hatred and discrimination. It creates the society we live in today, where everyone's obsessed with pronouns and people are identifying as attack helicopters. On Starbucks, you're considering quitting Facebook because of hateful responses? How about you stop focusing on your woke posts and focus on making coffee? Feeding those caffeine junkies, those college students who are cramming for tests while they beg their mom and dad for fucking money for the weekend. Because, their job hasn't paid them yet. While they're working on growing their man bun and recharging their vape pen. This fucking soy boy. You know, if you got a man bun, ain't nothing wrong with that. That's your choice. But if people laugh at you for having it, that just comes with the territory. People laugh at my ass for keeping my long ass hair. Like Cobra, just shave your fucking head. You're losing it. I'm like, I don't care. I want to keep it for as long as I can. If I win the lottery, I'll get a good plug job and the haters can fuck off.
Social issues.
And you know what? I hope they fucking do. Can't stand those bastards.
When did people start?
Yeah, when did people start going, oh, hey, I get it. If you're a corporation like Starbucks, social media is now, it's current, it's the it thing, it's here, it's alive. It's just, this ever-growing entity. Social media is like the universe, man. It continues to grow and grow and grow. Technology gets more advanced. The universe and social media are ever expanding. People are always coming up with new ways to do the same basic shit. It's like the format to a crappy reality dating show. Except when you see the one that's on YouTube right now, where it's just like, okay, ladies, you're here to find true love. So who's the fuck boy and who's the gentleman? Ugh. I see that crap. I'm just like, all reality shows like that are the fucking same. The Real World and the Jersey Shore, same fucking thing. Yo, the situation put so much hair gel in his hair. His hair could be used as a paper hole punch in an office setting. Be like, oh, well, look at that. The hole punch is broke. We got a situation over here. So he comes over and it's just like, oh, what do you want me to do? Rip off my shirt and show off my abs? No, just get on your knees and don't move. That sounds a little gay, bro. I'm not doing that. No, we need your sharp, over-gelled hair for a hole punch. Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, I'm taking care of it. Snooki has so much spray tan on, I'm surprised her kid didn't come out looking like Donald Trump when she gave birth. That joke might piss off a lot of people, but it's all in good fun. Have a laugh. It's Friday. The only thing more amazing than King Cobra not drinking for a couple days is Snooki's kid not coming out with fetal alcohol syndrome. Jokes aside, because I don't mean no offense to it, but when you see trashy reality shows, they're all the fucking same. Chicks being slutty and drinking too much and fucking the dudes that their female friends want to fuck, and then calling each other sluts and cunts and bitches behind each other's backs, and the fake cat fights and the drama and shit. All these fucking reality shows are the goddamn same. For the most part. That same scripted format of slutty drunk chicks and dude who just want to fuck some of-age pussy. That fucking format's been overdone a bazillion times, YouTube. All these fucking shows, the real rock of love. Like, what the fuck is that shit? For a lot of young people who've never experienced true love, they're seeing all these reality shows where it's like, this is now their perception of love. These fucking reality shows that talk about finding love are just as bad as pornography in some ways. Because it paints this unrealistic expectation for people who've had a harder time with it or people who have never experienced it. You're not going to have 20 fucking cameras basically shooting some softcore porn because the only thing you don't see is what goes on after the cameras turn off.
Going to stores for their political opinions. When do people start going to movies for politics? The answer is never.
If you can't go to a fucking restaurant or the movies without politics or people's political beliefs, This is why people are antisocial anymore.
That's why a lot of these places are failing.
Yeah.
What was it? The Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
You've got to do better, Senator. You've got to step up.
Okay, what's your solution? I don't know. I'm just an actor. Exactly. Shut your fucking mouth.
But they tried to straddle the fence with Winter Soldier, and end result, they lost more viewers.
What is that? What the f is that?
New rumor says over 80% of Falcon and the Winter Soldier viewers turned off episode 2 at the same point.
You can't make everyone happy.
No.
Exactly. You can't make everyone happy, so why try?
I would try to do my deal, but every once in a while, you get that one person who's just a cunt. And I'd be like, yeah, okay. And I'd complain to my boss, and he would like, hey, what happened? I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
I can't make everyone happy.
All of the best movies that you and I have ever seen were made for a specific audience.
Like, this is kind of the equivalent of, like, and you're going to think I'm an asshole for saying this, but you see a Starbucks worker wearing a Make America Great Again hat. And then some angry fucking Democrat leftist liberal is just like, oh my God, I was getting my Starbucks and I saw someone wearing one of Trump's sexist women raping hats. Can you believe this? And they go that far with it. I'm like, okay, hats are inanimate objects. How can they... Wait, you're telling me that these Trump hats are developing a subsistence life and a conscience of their own? I'm an independent, dude. All the assholes that called me an asshole for supporting Trump are now going, oh, wow. Now it's popular to hate Biden. And I'm over here like, well, who could have seen that coming? That's politics, dude. That is fucking politics in a goddamn nutshell. All the fucking Democrats are the biggest pussy fit. They're like, if Trump gets reelected, we're going to riot. So everyone's like, oh, hey, we're tired of rioting. Okay, we'll elect Joe Biden. Just please, no more rioting. And what happens? Trump's fucking radical supporters start rioting. And I'm over here like, could we just stop with the bullshit? Drink with me, it's Friday. Yes.
But because it was told from that point of view so well, everyone could understand it. And then you wind up making a universal entertainment by understanding something through like one or two characters' eyes. Like E.T. is clearly a movie.
Which, if your boss told you to take off your Trump hat and said you had to put on a green hat that was Starbucks themed, how badly do you want that fucking job? At the end of the day, I'm not here to say I side with Trump or Biden. This is just my 2 cents. As I've said, I'm an independent. I support gun rights, marijuana legalization, and women's rights to a fair abortion. Yeah. As men in the government and the churches have no right to doctrine what a woman does with her body because they're not the ones with the kid in their stomach. Here's a scenario. What if you got your wife or girlfriend pregnant and you and her were an of-age couple, just happy as can be, passing out cigars. Oh my God, you guys, we're expecting a kid. But the doctor says, oh, well, guess what? Your kid's got about a 99.9% chance of dying upon birth. because they have cancer. Well, ain't that just a tough break? Guess you and her weren't meant to have kids yet. Try again when you can. I can't, dude. I'm not even going to talk shit or make jokes about this crap because that's real shit. When women are expected to have babies just as much as men are expected to be able to fix the car or not say shit when his woman's crying and he's feeling the same exact pain as she's feeling. Fuck off. No, could you fucking imagine? Like, well, you could get abortion and, like, you know, spare the waiting 9 months just to push out a corpse, basically. Like, could you physically make a woman go through that, knowing how excited she was to be a proud mother, to maybe walk her kid down the aisle one day? The people are always going, you know what I'm saying? Like, they always use the negative side of this argument to argue against abortion. Like, it's a child's life. And I'm like, if they're not old enough to walk and talk and use the potty for themselves, then technically it's still just a fetus. And if it's medically required and you spare the mother of having to push out a dead baby, if it's going to come out dead anyways, why put her through that? But you don't think about that, do you? Nope, just what the Christian churches tell you, that, you know, abortion's against God's will, you know, but God created everything, which means God also created abortion. Why would God be against something he created? And furthermore, why is God always depicted as a male in the Bible? It's so fucking sexist. For all we know, God could be a goddamn hermaphrodite. Like, hey everyone, God's transgender. God has both sexes, and that's why we have women and men. That would make more goddamn sense. Hey, when God's not seeing his son Jesus Christ and being like, hey, you know what, that's not my responsibility. There's the male side. I got a chick pregnant. Oh, not my responsibility. There's the male side of God. But when you piss God off and he destroys your crops and there ain't shit you can do about it, well, there's the female side.
Meant for kids.
Yeah.
It's a movie shot from the child's point of view. It's not a quote-unquote movie for adults. Like one or two characters' eyes. Like, in that point of view so well, everyone could understand it. And then you wind up making a universal entertainment by understanding something through, like, one or two characters' eyes. Like, E.T. is clearly a movie meant for kids.
Yeah.
It's a movie shot from the child's point of view. It's not a quote-unquote movie for adults, but because it does what it does so fucking well, everybody loves it.
I loved it.
Now you've got Rise of Soy Woker, a movie that tried to please everyone at the same time, and as a result, you wind up making a movie that impressed.
Okay, here we go. Wait, what?
Everybody loves it.
I loved it.
Now you've got Rise of Soy Woker.
Okay, so Anakin or Luke Skywalker's kid that he had, I guess. Like the chick right here, this is Anakin Skywalker's kid. So it's basically Darth Vader's granddaughter. And people are calling it the Rise of Soy Walker. And it's just like, could you imagine being a woman or being gay or lesbian, trans, bisexual, LGBTQ+, and not being allowed to have a voice because what you had is taboo? And we just gotta change what's taboo, you know what I'm saying? like I've been saying, as long as you ain't creeping on, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna not even gonna finish that sentence because you already know what's up. Tubes, I'll drink to that. Like, are men so insecure with their own fucking goddamn sexualities that when they see Luke Skywalker's daughter as the female lead, it triggers them. It's just like, oh wait, you can show your tits off on OnlyFans and make $1 million. Well, if I showed my cock off on the same website, unless I was super famous like George Clooney, nobody would fucking care. Oh, well, jeez. That's where we got this, like, insecure masculine issue. And then the only reason why men are insecure about women making more money is because of the social pressures that men have to face. The first thing that women automatically assume is, oh, it's because you're a sexist. But women also realize that they are also faced with social pressures, YouTube. To be a mother, to be a good cook, to be able to suck a mean dick and cook a pork roast, like, oh my God. And that's bullshit because men should be good cooks too. Am I right, ladies? Yes. This is why I try to fucking capture, like, good recipes that I've done, like the chicken Alfredo I made with the white wine and the bacon and the chips. That chicken Alfredo video I did, that shit was so fucking good. Even if the audio sucked bollocks, I recreated the recipe that I had in my head. I envisioned it, I made it, and it was so fucking good. Like, we live in a society where it's like men are expected to be the hero, the savior of the day. So some men will feel challenged when the female, for a change, is the lead role, when the female is the hero. It's because part of them wants to accept it because fuck sexism and because we're tired of men being expected to do certain things, like fix cars and to go die on a bloody battlefield, while the women sit at home and make sandwiches and martinis and fuck off. When these days the gender roles are reversed, and it is fucking sweet.
A movie that tried to please everyone at the same time, and as a result, you wind up making a movie that impresses no one.
That recycled the exact same plot.
And you know what? After the last
Star Wars at this point is the exact same plot. Think about it. When Han Solo died, he was killed by his son in battle. Why does that sound fucking familiar? Because Luke Skywalker totally did the same goddamn thing to Darth Vader. But then when Emperor Palpatine is just like, oh, well, you killed my best fighter, well, now I'm going to kill you. But then Darth Vader's just like, you ain't going to kill my son. And then Darth Vader restored balance to the Force, just like the prophecy proclaimed. Like, I'm not trying to nerd out on Star Wars here, but it's the goddamn truth. The only difference is fucking Han Solo and Luke Skywalker's sister fucked and had a kid. And then that kid turned out to be a prick, evil, bad motherfucker. I don't know, fucking Disney forcing their Christian agenda by making his lightsaber look like a cross. Because he's the bad guy, will make the lightsaber look like an inverted cross. Because that's just how Disney shoves their Christian bullshit in our faces.
Yes, Jedi. I was ready to just throw all in and say, you know what? It's official. Star Trek is better than Star Wars.
Star Wars The Last Jedi. So if you're just gonna crap on it because you can't handle the female being the hero. Now, could you imagine centuries, and I'm not trying to crap on Pop or Blake here, but could you imagine if your gender was always portrayed as the damsel in distress or the victim, always being saved by the stronger of the sexes? You would bloody well fucking hate it. Star Trek versus Star Wars, so that's a debate. I like them both, but because Darth Maul is like my favorite Sith Lord, I'm gonna have to say Star Wars. Even though Jar Jar Binks can suck Darth Vader's cock, god damn it, Jar Jar Binks is so annoying. But you know who's more annoying than Jar Jar Binks? Baby Yoda. Fuck you, I said it. No, fuck you, I said it. Baby Yoda is more annoying than Jar Jar Binks. I said it. Screw you, I don't care.
But then they started f***ing up the...
Like, okay, let's try to do a pup named Scooby-Doo with Star Wars here with this shit. Like, are you kidding me?
Star Trek series, too!
And, like, a pup named Scooby-Doo was good for, like, I grew up watching that shit. I bet it was red herring. Wrong again, Jones. You Trump-obsessed asshole.
I know.
Son of a bitch! Knock it off. Go back to making good shit.
Hey, let them keep doing what they're doing, and you know what? A different.
It's not the Star Wars you grew up watching, but I feel like if you're doing it because it's a part of the story and you want to entertain people, that's different. But doing it because you want brownie points, you want woke points. Like, look how progressive we are. You're not like supporting blacks, lesbians, and LGBTQ plus because it's politically correct and it's the right thing to do. You're just doing it because, oh, hey, it gets us woke points and people like us. And a lot of companies do this crap, and it's disgusting. When you find out a lot of these major corporations just do it because, oh, hey, it gets them woke points. Pretty fucking sad, man. I gotta take a beer piss. 1 second. Like that. Liquor, I hardly ever knew where. Yeah, I needed the beer. Hold on. Now I got a wicked awesome food hack that I'm going to do for YouTube. But that'll depend on if the store I go to has the supplies. Yes. If they do, then it's go time, baby. It's going to be epic.
Hollywood will pop up to make the money that the current Hollywood is leaving on the table.
Yeah, let's just start watching Bollywood movies. Yeah, let's watch a bunch of Indian chicks get naked before they slam into the wall at 28. Seriously, what is up with Indian women when they're young? Oh, wow.
They look good.
But yeah, it's like as soon as they pop out their first kid, they're like, okay, let the mummification process begin.
That's horrible. Like, you think men are going to look any better after they've had kids? Think again. The nights of sleepless nights, soul-sucking, sleepless nights. Well, all you hear is, oh, all of a sudden you stop bitching about your goddamn dry spell when you realize you have no STIs and no kids. Winning! In fact, whenever you hear about people who are in some predicaments, you're just like, you know what? It could be worse. Quit bitching about your dry spell. And even if you're in a predicament of yourself, of and such, it could be worse. It could be so much worse. You have to focus on the good things you have in your life. That's hard to do when life kicks you in the cunt or kicks you in the balls and you're just like, God damn it. Yes. Did Cobra just pour a porn star shot and some Bud Light Platinum in this bitch? Goddamn right. That platinum porn star, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Porn star shart. Ugh, shart. That's gross. Yeah. I meant to say porn star shot and some Bud Light Platinum. There we go. Platinum porn star. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And tasty. Yes.
Starbucks is reportedly considering closing its Facebook page as a result of the hateful comments in response to some of their posts.
Well, the thing about the thing about these goddamn woke tards is you think you're being smart, but really you just come off as a fucking idiot who's misinformed. So, like, for most political issues at least, I would encourage you to study both sides of the argument before opening your stupid, uneducated trap. Yes. Because you know what I find more offensive than cussing? These fucking woke tards who think they know what the fuck they're talking about, but you've done the research and you know what's up. No, it'd be like this. It'd be like a bunch of fucking idiots who are going, yeah, 2 plus 2 actually equals 8 because 4 goes into 2 8 times. And then you look at them and go, but yes, that's division, my good man. and you are telling them 2 + 2 = 4. And then they look at you like, and they argue with you and call you the fucking retard when you're the one who has the basic math skills to know 2 + 2 = 4. And that 4 divided by 2 is 8. That's a basic example of my point that I'm trying to make. Like these fucking flat earther pieces of shit. These people are like, the earth is flat, and I'm just like, you're retarded. The earth is a ball that rotates in a circle while rotating in a bigger circle at the same time. This is why you have night and day. Right now in London, it's daytime. But when it's daytime here, it's nighttime in the UK. That's how the time zones work. The globe is rotating on a slower circle, but then rotating in a much bigger circle while rotating in a smaller circle around the sun. And when the Earth is constantly moving, while everyone else is moving, it creates the hamster wheel effect, which may cause some people to speculate that Mother Earth is flat, when in actuality it's a sphere, it's a ball, it's not flat. Earth is round. Earth is a round ball that rotates in a smaller circle very slowly, which then rotates in a bigger circle around the sun, thus causing night and day to happen on either side. This is why if it's daytime on this side of the globe, it's going to be nighttime on this side and vice versa. It's basic fucking shit. And Starbucks is sitting here fucking whining about this shit. And I'm over here like, welcome to what everyone else fucking has to deal with on social media. In the past, I've considered quitting making videos because the trolls and the hate comments. But then it just got to the point where I was like, nope, fuck these losers. I'm never going to stop making videos. And when your haters make you snap to that point where it's just like, fuck them, I'm never going to stop being awesome, and I'm never going to stop making videos. That's when I realized, oh, we done pushed Cobra too goddamn far. But you know, you don't realize how beautiful you are. You may be like physically attractive, but regardless of whether you're physically attractive or not, you may provide some beautiful talent to the world that's unseen or unheard of. Point being is, you don't have to be physically attractive to be beautiful on the inside too. But if you're beautiful as on the inside and the outside, fucking, yeah, it's a rarity. People who are usually super attractive on the outside are super shallow on the inside. That's just an uncommon but unfair stereotype. Starbucks is reportedly, and this was a month ago, so who even knows or cares? The fucking Starbucks quit Facebook as long as they don't quit making coffee. Of course, they're not going to quit making coffee. When they got fucking Starbucks coffee grounds at Walmart, of all fucking things. Like, you don't want to go to the fucking store, buy some Starbucks brand coffee at Walmart. And brew it at home, you fucking bastard.
An internal memo obtained by BuzzFeed showed concern within
Yeah, totally credible if it's by BuzzFeed. If you're resourcing it from BuzzFeed, yeah, totally credible, dude. Holy shit. Like Cobra has his own talk show. Yes. Yeah, if you get BuzzFeed, yeah, totally credible. Like I used Wikipedia to check my facts, so that's how I know it's legit. That could be a BuzzFeed meme. The same people who use Wikipedia probably use BuzzFeed. On the actual hands, that Wikipedia is actually factually correct, the world implodes. Just kidding.
Starbucks at the rhetoric on the site. When you think about quality, hard-hitting, truthful journalism,
Starbucks, let me give you a piece of advice. You stick to serving coffee. For the most part, stay out of political issues. You want people to drink your overpriced lattes and cappuccinos. Then stay the fuck out of political issues and freaking just stick to making the fucking coffee, and there you go. Of course, if this is the fucking thing that kills me about social media. It's like, even if Starbucks is right on the issue, if enough motherfuckers are offended by it, then all of a sudden everyone's rallying to cancel Starbucks. Like, I can't believe, even if the world's full of fucking wannabe woke retards who think they know everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the fucking truth, YouTube. Even if Starbucks is right on their political issues, it doesn't matter when you offend people. You offend people and instantly everyone wants to cancel your ass. Instead of using cancel culture to be like, oh, hey, this person's a fucking disgusting, fucked off creep, piece of shit, fuck them. Oh, nope, instead, just because you don't agree with them politically, that's it. You're using cancel culture. Using fucking cancel culture just because you don't like someone's videos. It has nothing to do with you or the person or what they're producing. You don't like them, so you know what I'm saying? You're basically abusing the power. And a quote from Spider-Man: with great power comes great responsibility. And when you start tapping into your natural human abilities to have real powers, real mystical type shit like what I do on YouTube and such, people get curious. You can't abuse your powers. You have to use your powers for good and to make the world a better place. Always putting everyone else first before yourself. When it comes to using your magic to make everything better, I put a lot of people before myself, to be honest. If that's the kind of mentality you have with your satanic magic, all of a sudden people are going, wait, you're a Satanist, but you're one of the most decent guys. And all of a sudden, it changes their perspective. All of a sudden, they're looking at Christians going, Passover, more like hangover. Jesus Christ, blood turned to wine. That dude had a bigger drinking problem than I did. But you don't need a fucking magic wand to make someone's day better. You really don't. Just going out of your way to do a good deed for people, just random strangers you don't know. And if they say, well, how can I return the favor? All you gotta say is just pass the kindness on to another random stranger, man. And that's how you make the world a better place. They're like, oh, hey, man. But what do I know? Porn star shots with Bud Light Platinum. You pour a shot of porn star into the cup, fill the rest with Bud Light Platinum. You got a platinum porn star. It's a kinky sounding drink combination. Like, ew. Not gonna lie, the drink combo is pretty fucking tasty.
You go to BuzzFeed.
That's right.
They should call it Balls Feed, because that's exactly what's going on. Wasn't BuzzFeed the one of the companies that leaked the Steele dossier about the Russian piss hooker scam thing?
I don't remember, but I know I have been tracking that they've been laying off a lot of people.
Oh yeah, Missing Link Media is starting to really feel the sting of Get Woke, Go Broke.
And since they don't have Trump in office anymore, who are they going to write about?
And the funny thing is that they're still trying to blame him for everything, even though he's basically receded into the background, other than launching his new social media.
Well, he wants to start doing the rallies again, which I think is a damn good idea.
And he'll still get more people than Joe Biden on his best day.
Yes, he will.
And all of Joe Biden's best days are behind him, just like his gay lover in the Oval Office.
Yeah. Mike Obama.
Make sure you squirt that nice and deep, Starbucks. I like my soy as a suppository.
God damn.
Fucking gross. Shit. Starbucks mainly posts information about their beverages on the page, which is followed by 35 million people. Okay, stop and think about this for a second. There were 35 million goddamn people who follow Starbucks because, oh hey, they're posting information on their drink combos. To an extent, I get it. Even if it doesn't have alcohol, it's still got the other, which is caffeine. But Starbucks also responds to social issues, such as the conversation of Derek Chauvin for the murder of George Floyd and the wave of anti-Asian attacks. And this is where I would agree with Starbucks. The murder of George Floyd was bullshit. It was completely preventable. The dude wasn't being violent. He wasn't being aggressive. Like if the dude would have had a gun in his hand or like a knife, or like if he would have been like super aggressive and defensive, like trying to actually do bodily harm, it would have been more along the lines of, well, that was self-defense. But that's not the case. George Floyd was murdered, plain and fucking simple. And, the people attacking Asians is because, this is going to sound controversial, but Trump calling the coronavirus, the Chinese virus. It's because it unfortunately started in Wuhan, China with the bats. It's just like, how would you feel if the virus started in America and they were calling it the American virus? As a proud American, I'd be pissed about it. I'd be sitting there saying, hey, wait a minute. I got no control over where this shit started, god damn it. I hit the Chinese feel, dude. Power to the people, man. Fuck racism, fuck sexism, fuck abuse. And rightfully so, when you support Black Lives Matter, people are going to get offended because people got the wrong idea. And you notice that the majority of people who are pissed off by BLM are racist white assholes and black folks who have been brainwashed by the radical white assholes. Because I think to myself, what if, okay, I'm not generalizing here, but what if a black cop shot my ass because I was being weird or not complying or some shit? And he just said, you know what? He's sick and tired of white people and their bullshit and the victimization and the years of oppression that black folks have had to, and he just takes it out. Crooked black cop taking it out on an innocent white dude. What if the fucking race card was flipped in regards to George Floyd? How would I feel as a white person if nobody came to my defense because, oh, you're white. All you whites are the same. All you whites are racist. So you got what you deserved. I'd be pissed off, man. I'd be like, shh, motherfucker. And that's kind of how like blacks get treated when it comes to the whole like domestic abuse fucking police brutality bullshit. Blacks and minorities get treated like all of y'all are just gangbangers and shit. And fucking, I hate to say it like that, but that's exactly how it is, dude. Not every black or Mexican or minority you see is like that. Just like not every white person's racist. Stereotypes for our races fuck everything up and drink with me. Because the coronavirus started over in China, it's very popular to hate Asians right now. And it's just like, dude, they didn't want none of this shit. They're just sitting there watching anime, eating sushi, fucking being badass with the ninja swords and the culture and like, watch out! You know what I'm saying? I like Asian culture, to be honest. I don't judge people based off their culture. I judge them based off of how they treat other people. That's the way it should be. Like, you're Asian, that's cool, man. Like, you're Italian, Mexican, Irish, Scottish, English, British, whatever. I don't give a fuck what your culture is, man. You treat me right, you treat other people right, I treat you right. It's do unto others what you'd have done to yourself. It's the golden goddamn rule. That's what, like, the golden rule means to me. It's like, you go out of your way to treat other people like crap, Well, you treat me like crap, I want to treat you like crap and see how you like it. Because if I'm treating other people with the same kindness I would treat myself, within reason, of course, then my karma's good, YouTube. But that's just the thing of it. And this is the point that Terrence, Pop, and Blake are trying to make. Is Starbucks actually saying this crap because they actually give a shit about Black Lives Matter? Or are they just trying to get more people to buy their overpriced coffee? Well, think about it. And that's the goddamn truth.
Starbucks mainly posts information about their beverages on the page. Yeah, like
Yeah, sure.
unicorn cum out of a styrofoam cup.
That's how it is. Starbucks, y'all should stick to just posting shit about your beverages on your page. If your focus is Starbucks, the corporation, then stick to Starbucks, the corporation. At the same time, even if you're doing it for the right reasons, there are going to be assholes who are going to see it and go, oh, look at Starbucks trying to get brownie points. So then it becomes this thing of, well, you're either doing it because you want brownie points or because you're a decent person, or you don't do it because you don't want to get involved in political issues and you want to focus on what you're doing as a corporation, and you don't want people to think you're just trying to be a crowd pleaser. So you're kind of fucked either way if you really think about it. I support Black Lives Matter, but a lot of people don't support it because of the way it's worded. They're taking it out of context, which lately people are taking shit out of context. It's nothing new. When people are sitting there saying Black Lives Matter, they're not just saying it because they're more important. They're saying it because Black Lives Matter too. If you're a decent motherfucker, if you're a decent person, then it shouldn't matter the color of your skin. That's kind of the whole point of that. But people are sitting there, all these white folks are complaining because, well, we're sick and tired of the racist white asshole stereotypes ruining it for us. Welcome to what minorities have had to deal with for the last several centuries, plus on top of that, segregation. Oh, but wait. King Cobra gonna spit some facts on you. Every race was enslaved at one point throughout human history, and the Scottish and the Irish were also called the N-word. The Tigger spelt with an N-I. What? You look that shit up and it's the goddamn truth. The only difference is the Scottish and the Irish were coming over to America to escape a hard life. They weren't forced to come here like the Africans were. That's the only difference. Regardless of how you came over to America, the point being is white folks and black folks were called the N-word. And I just think that word should be eliminated from our speech, period. You want to call me a hypocrite? You know what? We've all been guilty of saying some shit we don't mean or just heated in the moment. But, yeah. We don't want to talk about white slavery because that kind of goes against the grain of systematically making blacks look like victims and blaming white folks for everything, which creates that awkward tension instead of being like, hey, you know what? Racism exists on both sides. And systematically, certain folks have had it a lot worse in recent years. And why can't we all just smoke a doobie and get along? Be like, yes. Look, this is some good Jamaican grass, man. You want some of this the circle? With a black flame to light my green smoke. A little bit of that 70s show magic and hanging out down the street. And there's a reason why George Floyd's death triggers a lot of fucking people. Because people want to make all these arguments like, yeah, but George Floyd was on drugs. And it's like, how many fucking white dudes in the same goddamn position that were high as fucking drugs and didn't try shit? How many fucking white dudes that were high as fucking drugs and cooperated with the police? How many of them motherfuckers have been murdered because of the color of their skin? Go ahead, I'll wait. There might be a couple people, but it's... I'm not trying to be a stereotype and quote Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., but what I took from Martin Luther King Jr.'s speech is, why can't blacks and whites and Mexicans and everyone just get along, man? And be like, hey, man, I'm not going to judge you if you don't judge me. Long as you ain't a sicko and you ain't going out of your way to hurt other people, I don't care. If you see someone struggling, man, don't be afraid to help out. It gives people hope. You know what I'm saying? Did I drink all of the porn star shots? Yes. That's good shit. Hold up. I'm going to keep at least one glass from that set because that's delicious. Okay, let's grab another one to mix. You want to cool on the alcohol after this, just because I'm definitely starting to feel it. Plus, want to have some for Saturday. Yes. Excuse me. Blue raspberries, 99 proof bananas. Straight shooter, no bullshit. See what I did there? Straight shooter. Dude, the dad jokes are strong with this one. Yeah. Like, I don't expect the fans to send me alcohol, but if you do and it's unopened, bet your sweet ass I'm gonna review it. But that's a lot of shooters, dog. But I feel like blueberries, that's too predictable. What? Wicked pickle? Okay, there we go. That's more Cobra style. Weird and unpredictable. That's the only pickle one I got. Mixing Bud Light Platinum with this shit. Not a sponsor. We've got some Bird Dog Black Cherry. That's good. I like the Bird Dog Peach and the Bird Dog Mango. That's the only pickle one that I see. Ew. Let's call this a Pickle Rick. Wicked pickle. Pickle juice and alcohol has become the new trend. And I like pickles. I like pickles, especially on a bacon cheeseburger. Whew! The taste of pickles. This is an acquired taste. Yes. Like reaching for the blueberry, like, okay, do something weird. Is this weird enough, YouTube? Pickle juice. Like Beetlejuice's autistic cousin. Pickle juice, pickle juice, pickle juice. I like fire trucks. I tried a shot of that shit without the beer. That tastes like pickle juice with a hint of sweetness. Oh, dude, that is raunch. It's doable. If it's all I got at a party, it's like, okay, yeah, cool. That's what makes the mixed bag of shooters fun, is you're not just going to get all your traditional flavors. Like, this is entertainment. Mm. This got spicy and sweetness. Those the pickle shooter is spicy and sweet. Overall, starts off as sweet and then kind of progresses into a spicy afternote. That's not bad. I'll fuck with it. Pour some beer in there and be like, hey, look it. I made pickle beer. Pickle Rick beer. This is ridiculous. Like, okay, aside from the juicy rants, he's just sitting there mixing alcohol. That's boring. He does it all the time. Oh my God, he put pickle flavored shooter into it. Oh, that's rough.
Just followed by 35 million people. I think we just found Joe Biden's voter base.
You know what? We should go with
Why? Because Democrats drink Starbucks coffee and bitch about microaggression. Well,
into Starbucks with a hidden camera and like film how much the stuff costs, and then you and I talk about like blatant like Republican right-wing shit and see everyone flip out. And if anyone freaks out, we'll film the shit out of them.
If Starbucks is even allowing people back in, like, because they are
stereotypes.
so left. They're so far off in left field. that most of the lobbies in those places still are not even open yet for people to go in and order drinks. You have to go through the drive-thru, which is why a lot of them went out of business.
Well, that and
Oh my god, I made pickle flavored beer with that. Oh god, dude. I like the taste of pickles. That tastes more like cucumbers than pickles. That's like a cucumber pickle flavored beer. After pouring that pickle shooter into it, we're gonna drink it because it's a King Cobra Friday night live stream, and I got a nice considerable amount of liqueur. And watching Cobra bitch about people who get offended by cussing. Oh, he's done that before. No, it kills me. It's like the fucking world's going to shit and you're offended because someone said fuck. You, sir, make me laugh. Like fucking goat fucking ISIS and the fucking Talibanis are having a fucking civil war. And it's just like, oh. Give me a second. Sorry about this thing. Yes. Yes. All right. My only complaint is it's not a sword. Be like.
I mean, that's the reason that we've had a lot of accidents at 13 and Woodward. Because there's a Starbucks there, and people are in the street.
That used to be a Blockbuster Video.
Yeah.
And
I can tell you right now, those porn star platinum drink combos were a lot tastier. Yes. When I slam through 4 porn star shots with like 4 separate Bud Light Platinums, I'm just like, well, shit. No, excuse me.
hopefully, just like Blockbuster, Starbucks becomes an obscure historical find of the past.
I hope they become.
Dude, I remember Blockbuster from when I was a kid. Us 90s babies. Yeah, us 90s babies. Movie stores were a part of our lives. Oh, Cobra busting out the e-liquid.
A angry pimple on the ass of humanity.
Yes.
Yes.
Pop it and move on.
No, let it fester and weep.
Ugh. And then eventually it'll break open on its own, and then all you got is dirty pus.
Oh, God. This is so
Rancid. With just a little tint of soy.
Oh, God. Stop it.
Oh!
You're making a lump of vomit.
But...
Yep.
Yeah, yes, the butt segments. When you hear men grunting and making noises like Tim Allen, like,
they also respond to...
because I pretty much grew up watching Home Improvement with my father, but that's beside the point.
to social issues such as the conviction of...
I also grew up watching Freakazoid, but what's your point? Why, dude? Oh, that is weird. It's doable. I could drink the whole thing on camera for y'all sick entertainment. But why would you put pickle and cucumber into a shooter? That is so gross, dude. That is so fucking gross.
Derek Chauvin for the murder of George Kirby Taylor Floyd and the wave of anti-Asian attacks.
Perpetrated by.
Would y'all be talking shit if it was fucking racially reversed? If some white dude got murdered by a racist black cop and freaking nobody did shit because all you whites are racist, so this is what you deserve. Rightfully so, at some point you'd be a little pissed off, like, wait a minute.
Stunning and brave African American gentleman.
Liberals blame anti-Asian violence on whites. FBI says blacks men are at fault. What? What in the actual flying fuck? YouTube. What is this crap? Liberals blame anti-Asian violence on whites. FBI says black men are at fault. So the liberals are, of course, blaming all the racism on us whites. Typical race baiting. Hashtag not all whites are racist. And the FBI says black men are at fault. Hashtag not all of us are the same. I'm over here like, can we stop just blaming each other and get to the root of the problem? Ridiculous. I paid $108 for this. I customized it and fixed it. So it ain't coming apart. Liberals blame anti-Asian violence on whites. Well, when the stereotype about the coronavirus that's going around is, oh, geez, the Asians did it, because Trump's over here calling it the China virus, I'm just like, well, I can't imagine why there's anti-Asian BS going on in our society, when, to be brutally fair, if the coronavirus would have started anywhere else in our society, YouTube, it would have been called whatever region that was from. If this would have started in Italy, Trump would have called it the Italy virus. If this would have started in Great Britain, Trump would have called it the British virus. If this would have started in America, people in America wouldn't have said shit, and everyone else would have been like, oh, look, it's the American virus.
And they are 13% of the population and do what?
Over half of the violent crime.
Yeah.
At some point, when you see a statistic,
Systematic oppression is what those stats are based on. If things were different for white men, it'd be a different story.
like that, you either have to completely disconnect your thinking meter and say it's all the racism's way, or you have to accept the fact that personal responsibility.
Yeah, you okay, toxic male. I'm not trying to like disagree with you here, man. Like, you could say it's all about racism, well, but would you be making that comment if you had to if you had to face systematic oppression? If you and Terrence Popp had to face the systematic oppression that blacks have had to face for the last 500 years, and it was gender flipped, you would not be having this conversation. You'd be sitting there bitching about the oppression just like everybody else. But this is the problem with it. People seem to think, well, these people have faced oppression, so let's give these other people oppression. And it's just like, have we learned that within certain boundaries, this oppression shit's not working? Have we learned this, YouTube? Or is it all just fucking propagandic bullshit? Pickle flavored beer, YouTube. This is bloody gross. I'm doing it for y'all.
Ability has to enter into the real world at some point.
Yeah. And here's another thing. A majority of that violent crime is committed between 16 and 38-year-olds. So of that 13% of the gross population,
You got a fraction within that fraction.
roughly 4.5 to 5% of our gross population.
And 75% of them are born out of wedlock, and 85% of the people in prison didn't have a father at home. It's almost like there's a correlation there that
Wow.
That's just shitty circumstances. Just because a child grows up without a father doesn't mean they're going to become a criminal or a serial killer. This is another thing that fucking single moms have to worry about. Is all these single moms are worried about people judging them like, oh my God, she said single mom. Is she a typical single mom? And on top of everything else, it's, oh, you need a strong man in your life. And it's like, no, you don't. If you got good family that supports you, you don't generally need a man in your life. But if you want some companionship, dating a single parent in your similar predicaments definitely helps. For example, if you're a single dude and your wife died of some freak accident bullshit and it's super depressing, and she left you behind with like 2 kids, all under the age of 6, but you as the dude found another chick who's also dealing with some shitty existence, and boom, YouTube. It clicks. Sometimes life is fucked like that, but that's how it plays out. And I'm not talking about anyone specifically, that's just how life is, YouTube. Point being is single parents should date other single parents. It's kind of the rule of nature, unless the dude is prepared to be the best goddamn father or the closest he can be, or if she's prepared, unless your other half is prepared to help you raise them kids, keep them out of your goddamn life.
Nothing to do with race and everything to do with culture.
When I used to bring those stats up with some of my former liberal friends,
How dare you?
I would say they come right from the Uniform Crime.
Wait, what? Your former liberal friends don't like it when you fact check them? But the second you fucking fact check a Republican and they prove you wrong, liberals will lose their shit. And some extremist Republicans are no different. This is $108 Cobra walking stick that I customized so that I could, walk around like, yeah, what's that? And this thing is sexy.
And they're like, well, I don't trust that source. I'll be like, oh.
They don't trust that source until they trust that source.
No, I know. It's like,
You notice?
So all of your opinions are being basically formed on other people's opinions, not on facts.
Yeah. Even when you give them the facts in black and white, they don't want to admit it. And they will flip their opinions on a dime, just like they did with the poke and smoke.
Yep.
When Trump was in office, oh, this is so bad. I don't trust these evil monolithic corporations.
I would never get that.
These Democrats balked at a coronavirus vaccine under Trump. Will they change their tone now? That's what kills me about politics. It's like you can't swallow your political beliefs for 5 goddamn minutes and be like, okay, we get it, you're Democrat and you hate Trump, but the man is trying to give you a goddamn vaccine, and you can't at least appreciate that. But the second you talk shit about Joe Biden, oh my God, you never hear the end of it. It's all fake news, and people are just, No, it's the fucking truth. Trump said he was going to legalize pot, but the coronavirus vaccine was a bit more important. So Trump was like, okay, we're going to create a vaccine. Oh my God. You talk shit on Joe Biden and it's fake news. It's all bullshit. Talk shit on Trump. And people just expect you to believe it's facts. When the truth is, both sides will talk shit on each other. That's how politics works. If these fucking lunatic Democrats, they fucking hate Trump so much. And it's like, oh, hey, he used his money and his political influence to create a coronavirus vaccine, along with the research from dedicated top scientists. And look what happened. The Democrats are so blindsided for their fucking hatred for Trump. They can't just be like, oh, thank you, former president, for giving us the coronavirus vaccine. Of which people have come out and said have given them nasty side effects, have killed them, or have given them the coronavirus. And then it's like, it's just, well, if you don't get vaccinated, you're an asshole. But if you support Trump, you're also a bigger asshole. Okay. And then, like, in defense of Trump and, like, anyone else, first couple of vaccines, they got it under control now, at least I hope. That's what scares me about getting the vaccine. Am I going to get sick after I get it? Am I going to catch COVID after I get it? Am I going to die because I take the vaccine? Like I'm trying to prevent myself from being killed? They're always showing these people that have already got COVID who refuse to get vaccinated. And that just seems to be the go-to. Like, oh, see what happened when these people. No, like, it kills me because radical Trump supporters are just as obnoxious as radical Biden supporters. And I guarantee you, if the situation were reversed, it would all play out the exact same. But in reverse.
Shaw, listen, I am center right, and I'm not getting that shot.
You're a smart man.
Here's a couple of their totally not fiscal-based ideals. You know, they really feel this way. They're so concerned about people and not just the money in their wallets. They have to post shit like this. We stand united with our Asian American, and Pacific Islander partners.
Yes. When you see a big corporation like Starbucks pulling this crap, part of me thinks you're just trying to get people to buy more Starbucks coffee. So here's Starbucks saying that they stand united with their Asian, Asian American, and Pacific Islander partners, employees, and customers who are experiencing ongoing racism and an increase in violent attacks. And that's not necessarily a bad thing in like Starbucks defense. As a corporation, when people choose to attack certain individuals because of certain political beliefs, and your company gets caught in the crosshairs, you kind of have to clean up and be like, well, Starbucks doesn't represent this kind of, so I get it from both sides of the argument. Yesterday's shooting in Georgia are a horrific tragedy and the latest incidents of hate. We grieve alongside the AAPI communities. Hashtag Stop Asian Hate. Jesus Christ. When mass shootings are becoming so common that people are just like, what's the point of reporting on it? It's become the norm anymore. Just like people rioting. I just hope no one kills me today. And when people become that scared in their own country, shit. I'm so sick and tired of mass shootings and that people are getting killed just because they're Asian. That's stupid. YouTubers. Stop it! You're so stupid! And I never get news stories anymore. Every time there's a mass shooting, I never hear about it. Because they happen so goddamn often that people are just like, again? Seriously? Where's the beer? People suck. Oh, we're not off the clock yet. We gotta wait till 5 o'clock to drink that shit. Fuck. AR-15s are just like pit bulls. They get a bad name because of their owners. And that's gonna piss all the right people off by saying that. Part of you has to wonder, does Starbucks actually give a shit? Or is they just worried that there'll be less people buying their overpriced coffee? Presentation is primarily what you're paying for when you go to Starbucks. Which their logo used to feature a topless mermaid with some small titties. And people were offended by it, so of course they had to change it. So even back then we experienced snowflake culture. Like, shouldn't matter the size of them titties. You're offended because the Starbucks logo has boobs in it? Wow.
workers, employees, in parentheses,
Employees.
and customers who are experiencing ongoing racism and an increase in violent attacks. Okay, how can you honestly?
Yeah, how can you honestly sit there and bitch about the fucking hatred that white people get? Sitting there going on this tangent like, I'm sick and tired of us white people being presumed as all of us are racist. Hey man, I'm white and I hate racism. So why are all the racist assholes ruining it for me? It's the same fucking goddamn arguments. You know how many Asian people are fucking pissed off because, oh hey look, the coronavirus started in China. Now everyone's fucking being Asian phobic because of it. It's the same as the AIDS pandemic. Because a lot of gays spread AIDS. People are not being homophobic. It's the same goddamn fucking concept. I'm not trying to be a dick with how real that is. I'm just telling it like it is. And fuck being homophobic and fuck being Asian phobic for that matter.
Stand with both BLM and against Asian hate crime. That's like getting caught cheating by your wife, and her just a friend guy is the one plowing you in your fourth point of contact and going, I'm not gay. It was just one time.
No, that's just Asians and blacks getting the fucking raw end of the deal and fucking your white privileged ass being told, it's all cool, but at some point, we're gonna fuck with you back, and when it happens, you're gonna be pissed, and you're gonna blame everyone else for the fucking simple fact of racism sucks because it exists in all races. Say it with me, racism sucks because it exists in all races. Fucking Jesus Christ. There's plenty of shooters, man. I'm not gonna sit here and drink shooter combos all night, but I'll do another one for the video. Right now I'm drinking pickle flavor with Bud Light Platinum, and it's just like this just happens to be the beer I had on hand. And people want to drink combos of like some random beer and like, okay, the shooter mix. The porn star shots with the Bud Light Platinum, that shit's fucking delicious. But like the pickle flavored shooter with the Bud Light beer, it's weird. I run the risk of the remnants of this drink combo running off into my next drink combination. Oh well.
Well,
I'm by.
it only counts if he finishes in there and not my mouth.
Oh my God.
Stop. He's gonna puke. He's gonna puke.
Stop! I don't want to.
And seriously, why is everything an acronym now? Because now, when you're talking about Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders, it's an AAPI community. Everything's an acronym.
What?
Everything's an acronym. Everything's a goddamn pronoun. It just makes it easier to categorize everything instead of just being like, who needs acronyms and who needs pronouns? Like, your identity, it's important. But when the whole movement, and that's necessarily You know, it's not necessarily, is what I'm trying to say. It's not necessarily their fault. Look, if you want to see a sushi party sub, hit the like button. Because I got a legendary party sub and I'm going to food hack and load it with sushi, bacon, chips, cheese, and wasabi sauce. And when you see it, it's probably going to get mixed reviews like, oh, hey, Cobra fucking, yeah, Well, to be fair, pickle flavored shooter mixed with Bud Light Platinum. That's gross and wild at the same time. I appreciate the fans sending me booze and shooters. Oh, shit. Butterscotch 99 proof bananas. So the kind of stuff Joe Biden would drink. Like, oh yeah, you taste like butterscotch candies. I'm just kidding, Mr. President. I gotta bust some jokes because our society has a very much independent way of handling politics, but they blame the current side that's in charge, and it's so predictable. Like, oh yes, what's Cobra gonna do his thing? Yes, I am. Fuck, I'm already doing it, baby. We're gonna grab a fresh cup for that.
I break everything down to acronyms.
But ours are at least funny, and they make other words, like slumped.
Yep. Slutty, loose, useless, nuptial taint.
Exactly.
Because I'm trying to make up words that are worse than
Or my personal favorite, oh beef. Old, bitchy, entitled, expensive, and fat. Starbucks isn't the profit.
Okay, here we go. It's Friday night. And we'll have to do one more Bud Light Platinum drink combo. 99 proof butterscotch. Those are basically like liquid butterscotch candies. So you know it's going to be delicious. Shit. Butterscotch candy schnapps. Oh. Oh, yes. YouTube. This is how your boy Cobra is going to make his butterbeer. Of course, he had to make the Harry Potter reference because your boy Cobra is a wand maker and I'm badass at my wands. This is my basilisk fang wand with thestral hair as the core and dragon opal at the hilt of the wand. Yes. So how does Cobra make butterbeer? Well, we take some 99 proof butterscotch schnapps and your beer of choice. We're gonna use Bud Light Platinum for this. No, I poured it too fast. 1 second. Potions class is in session, goddammit. Starbucks is in the process of evaluating their organic presence on Facebook and whether they should continue to have a presence on the platform at all. A Facebook employee wrote to their colleagues earlier this week. Just because you have an opinion doesn't mean you should. Bud Light Platinum and some butterscotch candy shots. If you didn't want to make butterbeer from scratch, and you're just like, well, shit. You get some A&W cream soda, some Bud Light Platinum, and some butterscotch schnapps. You mix the A&W cream soda with your Bud Light Platinum and your butterscotch schnapps, and you got yourself a little three ingredient butterbeer for the adults, the adult Harry Potter fans. Only thing missing from this is some A&W cream soda. Speaking of wands, your boy Cobra just sold $500 worth of wands. Yes. The whole bottle's in here with the whole shot. Let's see how we do. Oh my fucking god, that is good. You mix Bud Light Platinum with butterscotch schnapps. Bud Light Platinum, butterscotch schnapps, and some A&W cream soda. You want to make Harry Potter beer, Harry Potter butterbeer. There you go. like the cheap, easy to make 3-ingredient version. A&W cream soda, some Bud Light Platinum, and a little bit of fucking butter schnapps. Schnapps. Yeah. Anyways, YouTube. Starbucks is in the process of evaluating their organic presence on Facebook and whether they should continue to have a presence on the platform at all. And Facebook employee wrote to their colleagues earlier this week, like, yeah, social media websites are connected to each other via colleagues. And if these major corporations go too far or not far enough, they communicate. Otherwise, this whole operation would be a fluke. Butterscotch schnapps. And some Bud Light Platinum. The pour a splash of A&W cream soda like butterscotch schnapps, Bud Light Platinum, and the rest with A&W cream soda. That's how I'd make a King Cobra's butter beer from the magical wizarding world of Harry Potter. Not that nobody gives a shit. Because it's like you think you're something special because you make wands and you're autistic. Dude, there are like 10 million Harry Potter fans. It's not about thinking I'm special. It's just, here's Cobra contributing to something in our society. Something uplifting, like here's Cobra having a drink saying it's gonna be alright. It's gonna be bloody alright. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a little bit drunk on alcohol, but it's gonna be alright, you know, we're all gonna make the best of a shitty situation. If you're questioning whether or not your organic presence on Facebook, Starbucks, stick to reviewing your drinks and whatever food you provide. Starbucks busting out a goddamn fucking Starbucks breakfast sandwich. And you're all up in it like, yes. Like if Starbucks comes out with another shitty fucking breakfast sandwich, you talk about that. You stay out of politics for the most part. I say most part for the reason. Because people are giving Starbucks so many hate comments. And the people reading those hate comments couldn't handle it. It's just like, oh, man. Welcome to what I've dealt with for the last fucking 12 years. Do you know how many people were just like, oh, hey, Cobra, you have a girlfriend? Congratulations. I'm going to harass your of-age girlfriend until she breaks up with you and then tell you your guitar playing sucks. But when I bounce back from that, like, I can make chicks laugh at my guitar playing kicks ass. Yeah.
Of evaluating their organic presence on Facebook and whether they should continue to have a presence on the platform at all. Anytime they post organically, whatever the hell that means, in regard.
Anytime they post organically in regards to social issues or their mission and values, work, e.g., BLM, LGBTQ, substantially climate change, etc. They are overwhelmed by negative, incessive hate speech related comments on their posts. Where someone didn't like what you posted on social media and now you want to throw a bitch fit about it? Where? Like, join the fucking club. I got a party sub that I'm gonna create for YouTube. It's my next big food hack. I'm gonna work on creating it tomorrow if I can. You want to make butterbeer from Harry Potter, some Bud Light Platinum, some butterscotch schnapps, and some A&W cream soda. That's how Cobra would do it. Y'all watching this video like, I love watching Cobra Live, but what kind of...
To social issues or their mission and values work, i.e., burning, looting murderers or limp gay butt twerking queers, if you know what I mean.
God. It's so bad. That's hilarious.
Sustainability, climate change, etc. They are overwhelmed by negative / insensitive hate speech related comments on their posts. Oh, who gives a flying shit? You want to hear what some of these so-called hate speech comments actually entail?
Yeah.
Just stop and stick to coffee. That's not hateful?
No, they're just saying, stop the politics. I just want coffee.
Yeah.
This is their fan base saying, listen, stop what you're doing. I just want coffee.
That's it. That's
And
all.
guess what? If they keep doing what they're doing, they're not even going to be able to serve coffee to people.
I have not gone to Starbucks in over a year. I used to go at least 2 or 3.
Eventually, people are just going to be like, can I go anywhere without being served a goddamn agenda? Like, Jesus fucking Christ, I support transgender rights. But you can't do anything or anyone anymore that's of age without being told it's all part of an agenda. Just because you got a gender, that might be a slight clever play on words, but I'm like, it's bullshit.
3 times a week. It's far too many. I got completely fed up with their pushing their agenda down my throat. And so you went home and got it from the source.
Because, that's acceptable.
Or, she's got a bull that her husband hired for her. Because sometimes instead of vanilla, you want chocolate.
I had sex and a condom fell out. What? Let's get the one nipple.
My God, you go to the worst places, bro.
Like, I don't want to hear about the fake cartoon TV characters.
Oh,
I know.
you need to get adjusted or something. Jesus, you're worse than I am. Nah, well,
Hey, what's worse yet is when you get all 3 at the same time and you have a Neapolitan hot fudge sundae.
Stop!
With extra whipped cream.
Stop! Oh!
Yeah,
God damn it!
gross.
There's your Urban Dictionary
I
definition.
just ate Del Taco, you bastard!
Or you're going to puke up all that meat and cheese, just like Ruth Mellon.
Oh, God, stop it! Stop it! Hey, man. God damn, you're on fire!
One day,
You are on fire.
one day I'm going to make you sick. One day. And then after that, I will stop because my job is done. Love the employees, but Starbucks itself, it loves me spending my money there.
Yeah. In the midst of gross drink combinations and LA Cobra's just mixing random shooters with Bud Light Platinum. Ruth says she has not gone to a Starbucks in over a year. She used to go at least 2 or 3 times a week, and she got completely fed up with their pushing their agenda down her throat. Love the employees, but Starbucks itself, it loves me spending her money there, but being hardworking, self-sufficient person, nah, that does not love me so much. And this is where this complaint comes from, YouTube, and I can't believe we're having this conversation because it's so fucking obvious. When you're more concerned about the restaurant than you are the customer need. So if you got that old lady that's on an oxygen tank in a rascal in your fucking restaurant, fucking fatter than shit, fucking pigging on pigging out on your food, that's the chick who you want to have on your side. Not these skinny pricks who call themselves food critics, but they have like 2 reviews on Yelp and they think they're automatically a food critic. Like, fuck you. It's the fucking truth.
Here, but being a hardworking, self-sufficient person, nah, does not love me so much.
Stop giving them your money. Okay, we're gonna have to go with.
Yeah, if you're gonna bitch because Starbucks doesn't align with your political views, why the fuck do you align with them?
Big f off. If you go to Starbucks 4 to 5 times a week and you spend an average of $8, inside of 3 months you would have enough money to buy all the equipment that you need.
Oh yeah.
And get all of the ingredients that you want.
Yep.
So
That's the goddamn truth. Like, I'm not trying to be that one hypocrite that's just like, yeah, but you spend money on cigarettes and alcohol, so you're room to talk. But it's the goddamn truth. The money you spend on Starbucks in like 12 months or less, you could literally have your own restaurants based on the simple fact. Oh, hey, look, you're doing better than Starbucks.
or you can make whatever you want before you get in the car.
And it'll be.
Now, how is it a bad thing? 1 second. Like, oh, hey, yes, it's a bad thing. Fuck you.
Sure.
better coffee. But think about this too. Let's say, an average cost of a coffee over there, breakfast milkshake over at Soy Latte Starbucks in the butt. $6 maybe minus tip.
Well, I'm adding the tip in there for $8.
No. It's the pink-haired barista in there who gets the tip, if you know what I mean. So you're talking $8 every time you go. Now, if you're one of those people who stops there every day, and especially if you're a dude, you might as well have a smoking habit because it's just as expensive. And if you're drinking soy, it's just as bad for you.
And what if you have both?
That's horrible. Yes. If you're drinking the overpriced Starbucks, you might as well have a smoking habit on top of it. Oh, that's nuts. I got the idea for a wicked sick food combination tomorrow. And if my local grocery store has the ingredients, I'm gonna pull it off. If they don't, it's cool too, you know?
You're checking out at 55, not 65.
You're effed. You're effed in the A, and not in the good way. If you were gay, if you know what I say. Dude, I'm such an ass.
Now go to your yoga class and do your downward facing dog so that I can show you my hog. I mean, that is the most effective way to get your soy injection, from what I understand. Just ask President Biden.
Come on, man.
Or you can ask Obama.
A Big Mike.
Oh, dude. Listen, I can't make this up.
No, you can't.
This is hilarious.
You chose a man to lead this country twice whose wife has a bigger dick than him.
How dare you?
I bet whenever Big Mike put the hose to Barry in the back of the presidential limo, it looked like somebody stuffing a Cornish hen with a baseball bat.
I wonder if the Secret Service that worked really close with him on a regular basis, they had to sign NDAs, non-disclosure agreements. Because you know what? When you're that close to somebody and you see things, you hear things.
Yeah.
And oh my God. And those Secret Service guys, I mean, I knew a dude, he's retired now. He was on the Secret Service detail that worked in the White House, and he used to walk around with Clinton and his which starts with a capital B, Whiffy. And first of all, she smelled horrible. Her breath was atrocious. And all she did was just nag that guy half to death.
Would not surprise me.
Is there a reason? Dude, no wonder he flew to Epstein's Island 26 times.
Ugh.
To get away from that insane, insufferable contact.
I don't give a fuck how nasty. I don't give a fuck how nasty that bitch's breath smells. I'll find a different of-age chick. Fuck Jeffrey Epstein, you nasty ass motherfuckers.
Well, when you put it that way, it just sounds downright sensible. Like, well, I could, get a massage from a barely legal, Thailand hooker, or I could hang out with this bitch.
Yeah. She used to berate these guys, and they'd be like,
"Oh yeah, yes, ma'am."
And their turnover rate was really high because a lot of guys just couldn't take it.
Yeah.
They're like, get me the fuck out of here. Send some noob in here to pay his dues.
But after that trip into the weeds, let's go back to some comments.
Listen, people watch this show for the trips into the weeds.
Jenny's out here deleting comments, calling out their emotional manipulation and willingness to paint a narrative.
Janice out there deleting comments, calling out their emotional manipulation and willingness to paint a narrative before investigation is even done. Oh, for fuck's sake. I got a food hack planned for tomorrow. I'm gonna food hack a sub from my local grocery store. And it might be possible if I can do it tomorrow. But, oh god.
Before the investigation is even done, all correct. See, these are not hateful or
No.
insensitive or negative. They are factual.
That's right.
But in a day and age where
You know, when you gotta be careful what the fuck you share on social media. Because people around me are just like, oh, that's King Cobra JFS. He hasn't had an of-age girlfriend in 3 years. And you look at all the hate comments and you just like, you know what? That is your issue. I don't need that hatred in my life. I'm going to Zenmo this bitch and be like, this is my life, this is my time, this is my dojo. I'm not trying to be racist towards anyone, but that's how I feel. The thing you have to realize is the majority of cultures don't have control over it. Go smoke a cigarette and wrap this video stream up. It's almost 1 o'clock, dude. God damn it. I got a party sub food hack that I'm planning for YouTube. As my local grocery stores got the ingredients, we're gonna make it happen. And when you see that food hack, be most definitely what's up. Like, oh damn, Cobra's taking the next level. It may take me a little bit of prep work, but that's just fine. Taking a pre-made sandwich and stacking it with some not so pre-made ingredients. I got a plan for this delicious food hack. And Hmm. Oh, yes. Go smoke a cigarette. Right? But yes, our next cooking video food hack is going to be fucking sick, YouTube. Okay, where the fuck is my pack? You son of a bitch. Ain't that some bullshit? I'm not complaining because I know for a fact I have a full goddamn pack of cigarettes. Nothing in there. Okay. Where the fuck? Like, I got packs of smokes. So, like, doesn't really matter because I got packs of smokes. But it's the principle of the matter. You know what I'm saying, you two? Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, like what the fuck happened to the pack of smokes that I laid down? It just fucking disappears without trace. Now I got one. Oh wait, it's right here, stupid. Open your eyes. Watch out. There it is. Fucking Jesus Christ is a cunt. Would it kill you to be like, hey, stupid, open your eyes? I'm not stupid, just sometimes misinformed. Honestly, that's where a lot of people fail. They think they're stupid, so they think they're not good enough. But sometimes they're just misinformed. Smash the like button if you want to see that food hack I got planned.
People who have,
That food hack is gonna be so dank.
created a lifestyle out of avoiding the truth, I suppose that's bigotry.
Well, like if you use facts and it hurts their feelings, then they call it hate speech because their feelings are hurt.
Yes.
Think about this. How mentally
Because nobody likes being proved that they're wrong.
weak are you? If I can speak words and flip switches in your thinking me that cause you all kinds of emotional turmoil.
Oh yeah, people fly off the handle now when you tell them the truth.
That's right.
And it's just pure evidence that they have been brainwashed by the 1.8 million confirmed stunning and brave egg roll infiltrates that have,
Correct.
corrupted every annal of our society, not to be confused with
Just because a couple of Chinese men have corrupted our government doesn't mean they're all bad. This is the same fucking argument I hear the radical right arguing about. Like, just because a couple of white men are racist doesn't mean we're all like that. Like, come on, dude.
annal of our society.
You know what? I hope they release that list.
I always look for commentary on current events from a coffee company, which is hilarious, but the response is really where the money's at.
Yeah.
And I always look for unwanted and bigoted comments from a white guy. Says the unwanted bigoted comment from a white bitch.
No.
The left throws out these bigoted comments all the time.
Where did Gary, the guy who wrote the first comment, bring up race or sex at all? And he's the bigot. Sarah Elizabeth Smith, go back to doing what you do best, swallowing. Because while you're doing that, you can't talk. Starbucks deliberations come as Facebook is facing a reckoning over the...
Starbucks deliberations come as Facebook is facing a reckoning over the content allowed on its pages. Yeah, that sounds like every goddamn social media page right now. The food hack your boy Cobra is planning, it's gonna be fucking delicious. I got the money. If people got the ingredients, we'll make it happen. But Starbucks is facing a revolution reckoning of over the content allowed on Facebook. Yeah, social media pages are allowing content that companies may not align with. And it's just like, geez. All of a sudden, you're just like, how much social support do you really want?
Content allowed on its pages. The social media giant last week ruled that Donald Trump's page could...
The social media giant last week ruled that Donald Trump's page could not be restored amid continuing fears about his power to spread unrest and incite violence. Just like the Republicans. Republicans can incite violence just as much as Democrats. That's what I was trying to get at, but I got a little twisted there. Just the goddamn truth. Democrats incite just as much violence as Republicans do. The extremes on both sides suck.
Could not be restored amid continuing fears about his power to spread unrest and incite violence. Two things that he never did.
No,
Objectively.
he never did that. Listen, I was there on January 6th. I heard exactly what the man said.
Yep.
And then after that, I went right to my hotel room because I knew things were going to heat up.
And isn't it funny how no one is even bringing up the fact that these social media giants actually violated a U.S. federal Supreme Court ruling by banning Donald Trump?
Yep.
He was still the president at the time.
And where's the lawsuits for that?
Technically, he still is, but we're not even going to get into that. Silicon Valley is breaking laws left, right, and center. They're paying off Congress to ignore that. And Congress relies on them to violate your First and Fourth Amendment rights. You see how this works? It's a never-ending circle jerk. And you are the chick down on her knees with your mouth open and eyes closed. Last week in the United Kingdom, the Premier League and its 20 associated soccer teams boycotted Facebook.
Last week in the United Kingdom, the Premier Legion of 20 associated soccer teams boycotted Facebook and Instagram. Yes. Which is owned by Facebook for 4 days in an attempt to bring awareness to the consistent racist abuse that players face on these platforms. So long story short, you got these big ass companies who pretend to give a shit, or they do actually give a shit. One of the two. And people going, I don't stand for this fake bullshit. I'm going to stand with them.
And Instatwat, which is owned by Facebook, for 4 days in an attempt to bring awareness to the constant racism and abuse that players face on those platforms. Well, you do play soccer.
Yes.
The gayest sport in the world.
That's horrible.
Google Career Certificates provide online training for in-demand jobs. They're developed by Google.
In 2020, Starbucks was one of hundreds of companies.
In 2020, Starbucks was one of hundreds of companies to stop advertising on Facebook as part of the Stop Hate for Profit campaign, which sought to pressure the world's largest social network into taking a harder stance on racist and hateful content. So even when they try to be the better person, they still get fucked up the ass. That sounds about right.
Needs to stop advertising on Facebook as part of the Stop Hate for Profit campaign, which sought to pressure the world's largest social network into taking a harder stance on racist and hateful content. So literally, you have corporations leaguing together to push censorship.
Yep.
Isn't that great?
That's that.
You know, there's another name for that. Fascism.
Yeah. But guess where Antifa stops for coffee every morning? Because it's probably free.
Come on in. This place is not so different from your neighborhoods.
Come on in. This space is not so different from your neighborhood Starbucks, they write. It's a place where people from all over come together for conversation and great coffee. We welcome your ideas, feedback, and constructive criticism. Bullshit! If you welcomed constructive criticism, you would not cower like cowardly cunts every time Facebook users were like, oh, goddamn it, Starbucks. I love your coffee, but I don't agree with what you're saying. It's the fucking truth. You wouldn't be sitting there going, oh, yeah, Starbucks, you're so right on social media. Fuck off, dude.
Starbucks, they write. It's a place where people from all over come together for conversation and great coffee.
Unless you're conservative, and then
Yeah.
you can't even.
It is a place where people come together to live in an echo chamber. If you are actually trying to force social media companies to censor opinions that you don't like, that's not open for conversation and great coffee.
No.
The only thing that you're opening is your butthole.
Oh.
Sanja Gould, the Starbucks spokesperson, would not confirm if the coffee company was considering removing its.
Sanja Gould, a Starbucks spokesperson, would not confirm if the coffee company was considering removing the Facebook page. So just like OnlyFans saying, oh yeah, we're going to remove the porn. And then Starbucks and OnlyFans going, but wait a minute. If OnlyFans removed the porn, they'd be like Starbucks removing the coffee. Well, shit.
His Facebook page. She told BuzzFeed that the Seattle-based company stands against hate speech.
If Starbucks stands against hate speech, then why do they promote hate speech against certain individuals just because social media deems that person an asshole? It's the truth. If Starbucks promotes hate speech, then how come? No, it's the truth. People are saying Starbucks would never promote hate speech. Yet, if you hate on someone for a certain reason, you're promoting hate speech. And promoting hate speech doesn't have to be a bad thing. We'll get into that in a later video.
Unless they're the ones slinging it.
Yeah.
Like an old bird feeder.
They're from the city that's being burned down by the left and
Yep.
attacked and destroyed by the left.
And now the governor of Washington wants to implement critical race theory in all public schools. If you live in Washington, move.
Get the fuck out of there.
Children in Washington and California are never going to grow up to be adults. Fact.
They'll reach the age of adulthood, but there will be nothing but permanent victims.
In other words, they will be utterly useless human beings who do not have a productive bone in their body, and they will expect people like you and I to pad their pockets with stolen taxpayer dollars.
At gunpoint.
Yeah.
They should already be like totally bankrupt and destitute. They're spending so much money and giving it away on bullshit.
Okay, let's say you loan somebody money,
Yep.
right? And it gets to the point where they are $30 trillion in debt to you. And instead of paying you back, they ask for more, and they're taking the money that you give them and they're loaning it out to their friends. How soon would you show up at their house and kick the ever-loving shit out of them? I'm just asking for a friend.
Take all that
Exactly.
shit.
Exactly.
That's what we're going to wind up doing what Russia did. We're going to go bankrupt, tits up, two titsless guy, and people are going to suffer greatly.
We're going to have a Chernobyl moment.
Yes, we are.
While some changes have been implemented, we believe more can be done to create welcoming and inclusive online communities that only believe what we believe. You forgot to add that last one.
Yes. You only want to create communities where women have all the rights and men have no rights. And if you don't think that today's modern woman is as sexist as the man she complains about, you're stupid and mistaken. But it's not completely her fault because men have been dicks to women for the longest time. So both sides are guilty of some shit.
Part in there.
Yes.
We work collaboratively with all companies we do business with to ensure any advertising done on our behalf is in alignment with our branding standards. Fascism. The real stuff. Just like Joe Biden, now he wants to outsource spying on your private shit to third-party companies.
Hypothetically, they already record every single cell phone conversation in America.
But most popular president ever.
And the only reason there aren't more warrants going out for people talking on these phones is because they only have limited staff.
Yep.
Going through that much data is just an absolute nightmare.
That's why they want to outsource it now. Once again, the government.
Yes, the goddamn truth. When the government becomes too paranoid about its own people, but the second the people start becoming paranoid about the government, it's terrorism.
circumventing the Constitution and using third-party multinational billion-dollar corporations to do it.
And you know what? Since you can technically sue the shit out of them if they release any of your personal information, because they're a private institution, and they're not protected by this whole qualified immunity horse shit.
So we should all get together and sue Facebook for selling our private data to China. But there needs to be some constitutional amendments implemented regarding the internet. If it is the new town square, it needs to be treated as such. Any company that censors opinions that do not overtly call for violence, you're a company, you eject somebody from your platform over that, boom, civil rights violation. You can be sued.
I would love to see that. I really would. But the thing is, that's putting your faith in a court system that we all know is corrupt now. So
yeah, the Supreme Court still won't listen to the Arizona audit. Like, really? You fucking traitors. Who threatened your family? Was it Zuckerberg? Was it Biden himself? The globalist, marionette string pullers? Come on.
It's going to get ugly, man. It's going to get ugly.
The good news, I will say, is that a lot of this federal bullshit will not trickle down to the state level.
I hope not.
Because even, let's just say pot is still federally illegal, but there are states that have passed their own laws in regards to it, so they're not going to enforce the federal law. The same thing can be true for all this bullshit that we see going on up there.
That's right.
So the best thing that you can do if you were living in a blue state like California, Stan, Washington, Michigan, where we are, because we're already looking into it, get the fuck out of Dodge. Don't go to a red state just because it's a red state. Research your politicians. Like Phil Scott in Vermont is basically a Democrat with an R after his name. That asshole who's running Ohio completely cucked out over the Yahoo. So
plus Ohio's boring. It's so flat, fucked up. I've been to Ohio a lot.
The only interesting thing that occasionally happens in Ohio is that you'll drive by like an Amish wagon, and once in a while they'll flip you off. That's the most interesting thing in Ohio.
I would love to see that.
But our photographer Keith lives down in Ohio. Speaking of which, Keith, I hope you're watching this because we need some new pictures taken.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, any last words for Starbucks?
Well, first of all, if you guys watch this show, don't give them your money at all. All right, it's a bunch of horse shit. Find Black Rifle Company or coffee or any other coffee company other than Starbucks. I mean, don't give them your money. That's all I have to say.
Their product is shit, and what they're doing with your money is trying to take away your free speech.
Yeah, and they're financing communism.
Because they're stupid enough to think that they're going to be party members. They're not. They're going to be subjugated and standing in bread lines like the rest of us.
Amen to that.
All these idiots out there who think communism is just like this utopian thing. That's one of my favorite things about them. They say, oh, the Constitution is outdated. It's written by a bunch of old dead white dudes who didn't really, they don't get it. Okay. What color and sex was Karl Marx? Just asking for a friend.
Yeah.
He's an old dead white dude. He's just like the academics who preach his bullshit. He didn't understand the real world. He had no idea what the he was talking about. Every single thing that he wrote about was the product of research and not actual lived experience.
Yep, and his truth.
Just like these academics who hide away in institutions where the only thing that they can do with their degree is teach their major.
Yep, and communism came about because the Tsar starved 2/3 of the country to finance World War I. When you can't feed your family, when you can't go to work, when you can't heat your house, bad shit is going to happen. Because once those people start moving in a direction, it's really hard to stop.
It's not going to go anywhere good.
No, it is not.
And that's why they're trying to rewrite the history books or burn them. Let's just put it this way. People who burn or rewrite history books know they're lying to you.
They fear the truth. If you have to burn something or take it away from the general population, it's because the people who are doing that are afraid of the truth.
Kind of like censoring people on social media.
Correct.
See how it all comes full circle?
Mm-hmm.
Just like your ex-wife at the fireman's hall?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
dude. I'm gonna get fucking sued. Man. Can you stop it? I'm gonna get fucking sued, man. I'm just waiting for like the cervical cancer. I really am.
HPV.
One can only hope.
Heavily penised vagina.
Dude, we have to write that down. Oh. Damn, that's good. We gotta write that down back.
Well, that being said,
I think we're done
I
here.
think we're done here.
Holy shit.
Join us for Grunt Speak Live every Tuesday and Thursday,
Make a sick man laugh. That's
8 p.m. on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, D Live,
Oh,
and
God.
MGTOW.tv, soon to be Manosphere.tv, and we're going to be adding Odyssey and Rumble to the mix.
Sweet nectar.
We're going to be everywhere,
That's
just
right.
like heavily penised vagina.
Oh my God. That's hilarious.
Oh, good time.
All right. That's comedy gold, man.
well, shit. Catch you later.